have a funny story about living in Howe. When I worked here the first time, if that makes any sense, I was serving at First Baptist Church in Melissa.
Okay.
And we were living in Melissa, and I think Lizzie was a baby. And it was like my day off, and we were going to drive up to the lake, and we had not made that drive before.
Okay.
And we were driving through. I didn't even know how it was at the time.
I mean, who does?
Yeah,
it
right?
looks like
Yeah, you just fly on.
There's like two gas
highway.
stations and a Sonic.
Yeah.
That's it.
We were going up to the lake,
wow.
and I guess at the time they were doing like some construction on the highway through, and they had to shut down to one lane. And I was going like 3 miles over the speed limit, and I got pulled over.
What?
And got a ticket. And I was like, what? This is crazy. And he was like, well, it's a construction zone. It was like 55, and I think it was going like 58 or something. He wrote me up for it. And I remember telling Alicia, I'm like, man, this town, I would never live in this town. And then God, like God's got a great sense of humor and his providence. He's like, well, let me show you. You're gonna.
How later? I mean, how much later did you move to Howe after that?
It wasn't long. It was like maybe like less than a year, because we were needing to. We were looking for a house, and we couldn't find anything like in our price range in Melissa, so we just kept like moving further and further north. And our real estate agent was like, well, there's this little town called Howe, and I was like, oh no, of course,
not Howe.
Welcome back to the HowePodcast 101. I'm your co-host, Jake Roberts, joined alongside. It's hard to speak when you have a Tootsie Roll in your mouth.
Why'd you eat a Tootsie Roll, huh?
I didn't know we were about to go live, and then
Jeez.
it was in my mouth, and I was like, welcome!
All right, so joined by Lucas Mitchell and engineer Noah Riley. All right, and
Should we upgrade you back to an engineer, just to be normal?
I think we should.
Okay.
Am I promoted?
You've been promoted. You get a
All right.
$1 a year salary.
Yes, sir.
Like going from assistant to the regional manager to assistant regional manager.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Howe Podcast 101. I'm Jake Roberts, and we're for middle school talk with Rody. Rody, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good, and that's always good. And how is 8th grade going for you? Is it going well?
Yeah, it is very good. Playing football, and yeah, it's very good.
Right, and football. Let's talk about that for a minute. How is your team doing? Did they get their win on Thursday?
Yes, sir.
bruh.
That's
Yeah, that's gonna end that. Hit the music, Noah. I am not gonna listen to another minute of that. I almost had to quit my career based on listening to how bad I used to be. So.
Have you ever heard of a beefalo?
What's a beefalo?
It's a cow and a bison. Or it's a cow and a buffalo hybrid. You ever heard of that? Isn't that interesting? Beefalo? I don't know. It sounds kind of funny to me. That's my one more thing.
Okay. And then, so we were at the table. We were playing around. We've, searched a while. But we found these really cool rocks because we went down a little bit down the road or whatever, and we found, this area that goes down into, some water area. And then there was, huge... I wouldn't say it's rock climbing.
Really cool
but it
area.
really
I have
is.
pictures of it.
Yeah,
that
it's pretty sweet.
I can just show that right there.
Yeah, I also have pictures, but they're not very descriptive. But funny thing, so I went very ahead. I went very ahead of a lot of people, right? I went ahead a lot. So, Jake, I was ahead of everyone, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And I was just rushing through it because even though I'm crippled, I'm still the fastest one there.